Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Seven Sky Spelios here on Dan's Tunes. Today we have a very special band interview. This is the band Tiger Rider. Who are you guys? What do you do?
I'm Patrick. I play drums, engineer, and friend.
I'm Heather. I play bass and do kind of band management stuff.
And she sings too. And I'm Nick, and I play guitar and sing and try to help with anything I can.
Heartwarming.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? The
Band's history.
Oh, the history.
Let's do that next.
So yeah, I founded this band, I suppose, in Los Angeles back in like 2015, and Heather and I met down there, and we moved up here in early 2016, where I met Patrick teaching music together. And so we've been in Seattle for about 3 years now, and I feel like we're really now just starting to find our place, as it were.
How often do you guys go out and play gigs and venues, and what is that like?
We play about once a month in the Seattle area. We've gotten out to Bremerton, Tacoma. The Seattle scene has been crazy supportive, so we love playing here.
Yeah.
Made a lot of friends here.
Why do you keep coming back to music? What does music mean to the band?
Music's rad.
It is. Yeah, and for me, it's about getting that flow state where, it's like meditating, right? Because we all have our everyday worries and everything we carry around, and it's really hard to not think about those or dwell on those things. But when you're writing a song or really into playing an instrument, improvising, you get in this place, which, like I said, people, take years to meditate and learn how to do this, but you can just do it by playing, and that's why I like it the most. And, it's therapeutic too, writing songs, and it's a good thing, I think.
All of my heroes are musicians. Just want to be like them.
You can't think about work or taxes when you're playing music. It's everything kind of lets you get out of your head.
Right.
But,
So more on that flow state. What does that flow state feel like afterwards?
Ooh, good question. For me, it's kind of like it's like the end of the party kind of feeling, when everyone's leaving and all the party, all the trash is around and you have to start cleaning up. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like, oh man.
Real life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good question. That's funny.
I think it's relaxing though. Afterward,
oh yeah, you feel good.
Like you meditated for however long you were playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like playing music is the ultimate headache remover or stress reliever, and then come out of it ready to attack the world, I guess.
Yeah, that's a better answer. That's true.
the drums in particular, you just get to hit things with sticks. It's not, it's very stress relieving. Yeah.
So when it comes to the songwriting process, is there one person who contributes most of the material, or do you all kind of have a significant role in this? What is it?
Typically, Nick will bring us a fully formed song or kind of a song skeleton. And then as a group, we just sort of add parts, change parts.
Yeah.
It gets pretty collaborative from there, and then we do a lot of kind of group production work in the studio as well. Just adding different percussive layers and synthesizers and things.
Yeah.
So.
How does it feel to be totally under pressure by the rest of the group to make all the best songs and all the best hits?
How much time do you have?
Stressful. But that's funny you asked that, because I think the key to staying together as a band and surviving as a band and becoming successful is staying dedicated to it. And it is, of course, there's you write a song, you release a song, you're really proud of it, and then the very next thing you do is you go, how can I make one that's better than that? You know what I mean? It's it's never good enough. And honestly, you could look at that as a bad thing, but I look at it as a motivator, to keep getting better. And
yeah, it's the same thing with learning an instrument. You're never done.
Yeah,
it's that's part of the fun about it is always new
somewhere else to go. Yeah, I 100% agree. And I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but we all teach music for our day jobs, and that's something we tell our students all the time. It's like that people get frustrated when they're learning and they hit a wall or something, and it's so hard and all this, and like, oh, I'll never be as good as this person or whatever. And to me, I look at that as like a challenge. It's like I think that's a good thing. Like, and what I always say is like, wouldn't it be so lame if one day you just woke up and you're like, oh, I learned the G chord, I'm done. Like, close the book, like...
Pack it up.
Like, no cool art form is like that.
Nick is a song machine anyway. Like, always overflowing with more songs. We have so many on the table that we haven't even gotten to yet.
That's true.
I feel like a lot of bands kind of hit that plateau after they become famous, and all of a sudden you don't have as many relatable things to write about, because you're writing about touring the world, and things like that. But right now, we have so many songs in the bank. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. We can't get to all of them.
That's true.
Well, that's good. There's always like a back burner.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, what do we need today?
Exactly. And it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, all of our problems are good problems right now.
That's true.
Nice.
Yeah, we're grateful.
Humble.
Humble brag.
Tiger Rider. Where'd that come from?
Ah, yes. I suppose I should take this one. Since I founded the band. We were really into like Hook and the whole idea of Peter Pan in the sense of like never growing up, which is, kind of the part of the appeal of being a musician, like getting to do what you love forever, which is like, when you ask a little kid, like, what do you want to be? An astronaut, a scientist, whatever, a musician. And so anyways, really liking that idea, try to find a name related to Peter Pan. First thing I thought of was Tiger Lily. And I remember thinking, well, that sounds kind of cool, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's kind of just like a random character. So then I thought, being a writer, well, how can I rhyme this? So Tiger Rider. And then it turns out that that's actually like a famous Chinese proverb that says, he who rides the tiger can't get off. Which I think is a brilliant metaphor for being a musician in general, which I did not intend. Obviously, I can't take credit for that. I was just trying to rhyme. But I like the idea of that because it's like, you're on something that's kind of risky and dangerous, but it's so cool. And like, if you get off, it's going to eat you. You know what I mean? So you can't quit. You got to keep going.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which it meant the whole time.
Yeah, oh, totally intentional, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to edit that.
Yeah, just cut it out too. We meant that.
What are some future goals for the band?
We're just taking it as it comes, we have more short-term goals than long-term goals. It's just, just trying to enjoy ourselves is a goal always, because it can seem like work sometimes. We have a whole bunch of songs just on the back burner that we can't seem to find time to get to. We're busy with a million other things, so getting those recorded, and that's the next big goal, I think.
Yeah, and when it comes to like long-term goals, I mean, money and fame, like that's personally those things have never like really appealed to me at all, just because that's kind of why I like the idea of being a musician as opposed to like an actor or a politician or anything where you're a public figure, because it's like people know you and maybe respect you, maybe if you're lucky, but they might not really know what you look like. You know what I mean? You're not going to get like harassed on the street as much unless you're Lady Gaga or something. But none of us is going to be Lady Gaga. I don't think.
Speak for yourself.
But And rich. I've known some rich people in my life, and they're not happy. So it can't buy you happiness, as we all know. So that's I don't even worry about that. I just want to be able to eat food and pay rent. I'm good with that.
I think the main goal from is to just be able to do it for a living. That's
right.
What we want to be able to do is just this for a living.
Right.
We all have day jobs, so it's
right.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. That's the dream, honestly. And we've worked it out, so our day jobs are essentially doing music still, because we're teaching music. But yeah, obviously, touring the world is a little different.
So I don't think we've talked much about the recording process.
We did drums at Avast with our friend Andy helped us engineer, and then we did some guitars and other overdubs at Hall of Justice, it's owned by
Hall of Justice.
Hall of Justice. Yeah,
Never heard of that one.
It's owned by
owned
Chris
by
Walla.
Death Cab. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris
The
Walla.
old guitarist of Death Cab for Cutie. And it's weird because, when we were in there, Andy, his friend who was like hosting us at that studio, he didn't tell us that Chris was coming in that day, and we're all big Death Cab for Cutie fans. So he came in and we're all just like,
Yeah.
it was very cool.
Yeah, and then we did everything else in our basement, just little home studio down there.
But Pat is our main engineer. You do all the recording and mixing. He mixed the entire album.
Yeah.
You're a producer. All of that.
Our-
So talented.
Our star boy.
He's our star pupil.
Our star boy. BOI.
It sounds like you all have a good amount to contribute aside from just your instrumental knowledge and knowledge of music. I think you were saying production, you were saying songwriting. What do you do
A bunch of stuff.
outside of music?
I'm basically the boss.
Essentially, yeah. No, seriously.
And I hear the driver as well.
And the driver, yes. The chaperone.
Chaperone.
Part of being in a band, especially a DIY band, is you are running a business at the same time. So there's so much work outside of just playing the music, as I'm sure you know.
Yep.
I do kind of just management stuff. Like we all kind of split like booking and social media work, just in general managing everything.
Yeah.
He does all the recording and he makes our music videos and things like that. Except for the Say What You Will music video. That was
Shout out to
yeah, I
Squid
saw
Ums.
that.
Squidums.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
Squidums.
local artist.
Local artist, kills it.
yeah.
Local?
Yeah.
Local?
Yeah, he's from around here.
Squidums, make a video.
Yeah, if you need a video.
Yeah.
Hire Squidums.
Dude, he's a cool guy.
No, but we're a pretty well-oiled machine at this point in terms of splitting all the duties. I think it's crucial that we all work a lot because it's a lot of work.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's things you don't think about, like, obviously I help whenever I can. I just, like, wait to, like, receive instructions. Like, tell me what to do. I'll try to do it.
Yeah.
But, like, she's such a good band manager. You have to go out and ship, like, vinyls and shirts. You have to go to the post office. There's a bunch of stuff you have to do that you, like, wouldn't think about.
Taxes.
Like, taxes? Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
I know.
yeah, we have an LLC, like, it's like, yeah, it's a real business besides being our passion and art and, therapy and all this. There's a lot of stuff you have to do on the back end, and Heather helps us organize and do most of that, which is impressive. Because I couldn't.
Let's talk briefly about Squidums. How did you get to know them?
I reached out for an animator on Reddit, actually, and he got back to me and said he's also from Seattle. So I checked out his work, and it's really interesting what he does. He does like a mixed media style where it's maybe 90% animated, but he'll use like video and photo elements in there, like
Real lips moving and
yeah,
stuff
right.
like that.
It's so cool looking. So we immediately wanted to jump on that.
Yeah, he's awesome. It reminds me a lot of Terry Gilliam?
Oh, from
Monty Python.
Yeah.
Monty
Oh,
Python,
yeah.
all those like cutouts, like moving around with found footage and stuff. It's really cool. Like
Yeah.
a ransom note.
Must be really cool to work with an animator. Did you, during that process, did you submit any ideas where you just like have free reign?
So we have our bass drum logo is it says Tiger Rider, but it's also like a space theme. So our friend Whitney from
Whitney drew it. It's kind of like the planet, I guess, but it looks kind of furry in our name. It's like, but then there's stars around it, so it's it's a space theme for sure.
But so he just ran with that. We didn't
Took off on that idea.
Yeah.
We gave him pretty much 100% autonomy with that, and he just gave us the coolest product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, that was quite an adventure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I know it's a whole story, and it's funny because that song, is, I guess if I had to summarize what it was about, I would say, doing your own thing, traveling, being true to what you want to do, being an artist, a musician, versus doing what's expected of you, And I guess the metaphor I assume that he was thinking was the astronaut is the artist in his little lonely spaceship, and
And he's playing like his music video game.
oh yeah, I love
That
it.
was-
Like Guitar
that was
Hero.
so fun.
I know, and then right when I say the lyric "improve" for you, it goes
Yeah.
"improve." Level up. Dude, Squidums is awesome.
Yeah.
Who are your greatest inspirations?
As a band, definitely Pixies,
Mm-hmm.
Weezer, Brand New, Jimmy Eat World, Third Eye Blind.
Slayer. No, I'm just kidding.
Slayer.
No, but yeah, obviously, I like bring up Pixies right away because they weren't my favorite band like at first when I was growing up. I got really into Weezer and a lot of those alternative acts, and of course Nirvana, but then you realize like they got all their stuff from Pixies, so it's kind of like this weird like reverse engineering where you fall in love with these bands and then you go, well, who did they like, and then who did they like, and I think the thing that all those bands that you mentioned have in common is just kind of really hooky, I guess you could say poppy songs, but with also like a lot of passion and sometimes aggression. And it's, so it's going between a really like light, friendly, melodic dynamic to, it's the loud, quiet, loud thing just to summarize it in a succinct way.
There's juxtaposition in the
Exactly.
music.
Yeah, variety, dynamic variety.
Are any of those groups local to Seattle?
Death Cab.
Death Cab. We love Death Cab a lot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have, like, local bands who are our friends who, aren't on the level of Death Cab yet, but Sea Salt we like a lot.
Sea Salt, Deer Heart.
The Requisite. One of our, like, brother bands we play with a lot. Deer Heart, you said, yeah. Who else? There's a lot of cool bands in the scene right now. Monster Watch.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Great Grandpa's finding a lot of success.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
One of our band traditions is after every single show, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you.
You can edit the question in.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
No, stop. Wait. So is there some kind of special thing you guys do after every show that's really abstract and
it's
weird?
It's funny you ask. So after every show, because it's the only place open at that time of night, we get Taco Bell and we eat it in our kitchen together.
We do.
But Taco Bell, you should sponsor us.
Yeah, even if you weren't the only place open at night, I would still go to Taco Bell.
You're supposed to smile at the camera at that
I did.
So there's a Tiger Rider album that has come out. You said it was a vinyl, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a double EP. We did 5 songs originally. Then when we decided we were going to press vinyl, we realized all 5 songs could fit on one side of the vinyl, so we didn't know what to do with the other side.
Wow.
So we decided to do alternate acoustic versions of the same songs. So yeah, it's like you hear the same songs twice, but it's a completely different production.
Right.
It's funny. I kind of did the opposite.
Yeah.
So I'm playing acoustic drums on the electric side, and I'm playing electric drums on the acoustic side. So
That's kind of
yeah.
cool. So it sounds like there's like a narrative to it.
It almost turned out that way. Like, it didn't start that way. At first, we were just thinking, like, well, we're going to have to play these songs acoustic for, like, radio interviews, and, like, so we might as well, like, figure it out. But then it became this totally different thing. Like, honestly, sometimes you hear my friends listening to it or something, and I won't even realize it's, like, us, because it's, like, a totally different vibe entirely. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a cool thing because, there's so many different fans of, different kinds of music out there. Some people don't want to rock, all the time. Some people want to chill and have something a little lighter. You wake up first thing in the morning, you don't want to be, blaring in your face. So it's nice to have that option.
Now you can listen to Tiger Rider all day long.
You like how I fit that in?
So the other side is Tiger Rider Evening Edition.
Oh, PM. Tiger Rider AM, Tiger Rider PM. We missed an opportunity there.
Exactly.
I know.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. This has been Tiger Rider. Any last words?
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks for having us, and just I hope you guys enjoy.
Check out their new album that's come out in the last couple of weeks. This has been Seven Sky Spelios on Dance Tunes, and with that, goodbye. Okay, introductions for Tiger Rider. What do you all do?
Hi, I'm Patrick. I play drums.
I'm Heather. I play bass.
I'm Nick. I play guitar. And some of us sing, too. Should we do it one more time? Because I feel like you should say that, right? It's like weird to like not, if no one says they sing.
One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just go.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I play drums.
I'm Heather. I play bass, and I sing backups.
I'm Nick, and I sing lead.
And
And
plays
play guitar.
Oh my god!
One more time.
Round 4.
Round 4.